Cost of living in Langford, British Columbia in 2023, and yes, it's one of the cheapest places in Greater Victoria. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to go over the cost of living in Langford, British Columbia in 2023, right down to daycare and food and expenses. And I'm going to demonstrate to you how it's one of the least expensive places in Greater Victoria to live. We're going to get into the cost of housing as well as all your daily expenses. If we've never met, my name is Cochrane, and I've been an award-winning realtor in Greater Victoria since 2005. I'm with eXp Realty, and I'm here to help you if you have any questions about investing, buying, selling, or owning homes in Greater Victoria, life hacks on how to own multiple homes, as well as any other information that I can share. All my contact details are right below, so feel free to reach out. You can book a call by just clicking on the button up in the top corner of my YouTube channel. We'll see you soon. So let's dive right into that video that I promised, and that is the cost of living in Langford in 2023. So how this is going to work is I'm going to actually compare a single person's cost versus a family of four's cost. Let me just talk to you a little bit, just before we get into the numbers, about what you get in Langford. You have a family-friendly environment, you've got lots of amenities, however, you are not right in the heart of Greater Victoria. You're about a 15 to 20 minute drive from Langford to downtown-ish Victoria, depending on the traffic, but ultimately you're not that far away. If you need to go to Victoria on a daily basis, it can certainly be done, and you will be fighting traffic a little bit in the morning, so that's going to add maybe 15 or 20 minutes to your commute time. If you're on the public transportation, we do have bus lanes now, so it doesn't add much time to your commute. Now certainly Langford is not cheap to live in, and I'm not saying it is, but when compared to living in Victoria or living in Vancouver, places like that, and again, I just want to reiterate, you're only about 20 minutes away from Victoria. Not a big deal. It's certainly a lot less expensive, and I'm gonna really illustrate that when I talk about the actual housing affordability. So that's where you really get to stretch your dollar out in Langford, and I'll dive into those numbers right at the end. So let's just talk about a single person. Again, this is not taking into consideration any consumer debt or anything like that you might have accumulated over time. Before everyone jumps on the comments and lets me know that this is just not factual numbers or anything like that, this is from a reputable website, which I will share with you at the end. So let's dive into the numbers. For a single person living in Langford, rent, transportation, food costs, all factored in, including utilities, you're looking at $1,679 per month. Now, if you take rent out of that, you're looking at $685 per month, which means rent and utilities alone are $994 a month. Your food, which includes a little bit of eating out and a little bit of grocery shopping, $512 a month. Your transportation, I believe this website's not taking into consideration that someone might own a car or something like that. They've got that at $59.40 a month. And that must mean that somebody's on public transport. I'm gonna have to say that I believe this website maybe missed the mark on the transportation cost at $59.40. That's absolutely not taken into consideration anybody owning a car or anything like that. So that is just public transportation, and that would be based on a discounted bus pass, because as far as I know, a monthly bus pass is gonna set you back around $80. Now let's take that same location, but we just put it as a family of four, which there are lots of in Langford. So your total cost, including rent, utility bills, and your food and your transportation, all together is $3,909. So to feed a family of four, you're looking at $1,334. And then this website has your transportation at $158 a month. So now let's just compare that when you take into consideration Victoria. So again, this is all just rentals. This is all just your basic living. In Victoria, you're going to be looking at $2,046 to include your rent, your utilities, your food, your transportation. Whereas in Langford, you're $1,679. It's pretty significant difference. That's almost 300 and change. So you take that same calculation, and a family of four is going to save approximately $500 when compared to the cost of living in Victoria, which is sitting at $4,497. So, but forget all that, because that's not really where your savings are. And I don't really talk about renting properties and that sort of thing. I help people buy, sell, and invest in properties in Greater Victoria. So let's get into the actual numbers of a single family home or a condo in Langford versus Victoria. Now, I could get all into the averages of a single family home in Greater Victoria, and in Langford, However, that's not the most accurate way to measure what things are selling for and what you can get what they call a benchmark home for. So an average can be skewed by 1 or 2 high sales or 1 or 2 low sales, whereas a benchmark home is basically taking a snapshot of a certain type of home. And if you want to know the definition of that home, you're going to have to go onto the Victoria Real Estate Board website, and you'll be able to click on a link that'll give you the description of that. I won't bore you with the details there right now, but suffice it to say that is a measuring tool that is widely accepted in the industry. So benchmark home in Greater Victoria this month is going to cost you $1,128,300. And that same benchmark home in the Western communities or Langford is going to cost you $1,004,000. So that's nearly $120,000 savings. So that's why people choose to live in Langford versus Victoria. Now, I will have to say that over the years, the gap between Victoria and Langford has gotten smaller as more amenities come out to Langford. I believe the next stat, though, is going to really show the housing affordability of a home in Langford, and that's going to be a benchmark condo versus a benchmark condo. So benchmark condo in Victoria is $564,000 versus a benchmark condo in Langford, you're looking at $510,000. It's almost a 10% savings just to be out in Langford. I will also say that Langford has more affordable condos than other places. The affordable ones that we have out in Langford are also much nicer than the affordable ones in Victoria. What I mean by that is the entry level to a condo in Langford, a 1-bedroom condo, you'd be looking around $320,000 now, whereas Victoria, your entry-level condo is going to be probably about just under $400,000, but the caliber of living is going to be way greater in the Western communities or Langford than it would be in basically an entry-level 1960s sort of 70s apartment style living that you would have to live with in Greater Victoria. So here's another great one, which is a benchmark townhouse. So $763,000 in Victoria. That same benchmark townhouse in Langford's only going to set you back $668,000. So again, that's a big gap. You can support a family of 4 or 5 in a townhouse, no problem at all. So just giving you the reality and the whole cold hard facts. I do hope you found this very, very helpful. The website that I use my statistics from is costofliving.org, so you can reference that. Again, Victoria and Langford, obviously different places, but downtown way more expensive than it is in Langford. Get into all the details at costofliving.org.